football game, black fathers all over the place. Go to a basketball game, black fathers are all over the place. Go to a track meet, black fathers are all over the place. But then when it's time to go to report card conference, you missing in action. It's time for suspension conference, you missing in action. It's time for a child study team meeting, you missing in action. It's time for an IEP meeting, you're missing in action. It's time for a report card conference. Good Garvey Day to my continental Africans, Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Malawi, Gambia, Zambia, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Congo, Lesotho, South Africa, Mozambique, Angola, Malawi, my Nubian Africans in Kemet. Yes, indeed. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Liberian Africans, my Cote d'Ivoire Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my European Africans, French Africans, British Africans, German Africans, Italian Africans, Irish Africans, Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans, Toronto Africans. I will see you October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Toronto Africans, I will see you October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Toronto Africans, I will see you October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Montreal and Nova Scotia Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Panama, my Costa Rica, my Belize Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Guyana Africans, my Surinamese Africans, my Brazil Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans, Jamaica, Haiti, Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, Bahamas, St. Martin, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, St. Thomas. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my American Africans, my Jersey Africans, New York Africans, Connecticut Africans, Rhode Island Africans, Minneapolis Africans, Michigan Africans, Indiana Africans, Illinois Africans, Ohio Africans, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana Africans, Georgia, Florida, Virginia Africans, Carolina, Maryland, my DC Africans, my Arizona Africans, my New Mexico Africans, my North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming Africans, my Utah Africans, my Portland and Seattle Africans, my Oakland Africans, my South Central Africans, my LA Africans, my Sacramento Africans, my San Diego Africans. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade, my Africans in Asia. Let me not forget my Africans in Asia, North Asia, South Asia, Central Asia, my South Pacific Africans. Pan-Africanism yesterday, Pan-Africanism today, Pan-Africanism tomorrow, Pan-Africanism by any means necessary. Brothers and sisters, I want to talk about two things right now. One is suicide. I'm going to talk about suicide. A lot of Africans taking their own lives. We got to deal with this suicide thing. We got to deal with this suicide thing. The other thing we got to deal with is black fathers not caring enough about their sons' academics. Let me talk to black men. Black men, I'm very disappointed in us. Black fathers, I'm very disappointed in us. Why do I not see black fathers at back to school night? Why do I not see black fathers at suspension conferences? Why do I not see black fathers during midweek report? Why do I not see black fathers stopping by doing drive-bys on their sons? And I don't want to hear the mother don't let you. I don't want to hear that, because you can go to family court and get shared legal custody over educational and medical decisions. You can go to family court and get shared legal custody over medical and educational decisions. So I don't want no excuses to my black men. Now, my black men who are on your job, I'm not talking to you. My black men who are on your job, my black fathers who are doing what you're supposed to do, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the black fathers. Whether you live in America, Canada, Toronto, I don't care if you in the UK, Caribbean, Central South America, this is a global problem. This is a global problem. I'm not seeing enough black men involved in their sons' academics, and I don't want to hear the excuse. I don't want to hear the excuse that the mothers are not letting you. And the reason I don't want to hear the excuse, the reason I don't want to hear the excuse that mothers are not letting you is because you have no problem getting to football practice every day. You have no problem getting to your son's football practice. You have no problem getting to your son's football games. You have no problems getting to your son's basketball games. You have no problems getting to your son's basketball practice. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Go to a football game, black fathers all over the place. Go to a basketball game, black fathers are all over the place. Go to a track meet, black fathers are all over the place. But then when it's time to go to report card conference, you missing in action. It's time for suspension conference, you missing in action. It's time for a child study team meeting, you missing in action. It's time for an IEP meeting, you're missing in action. It's time for a report card conference, you're missing in action. If you don't understand what I'm saying right now, if you don't understand what I'm saying right now, I want you to go to the next Little League football game in your neighborhood tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. I want you to go to the next Little League football game in your neighborhood. Look at all the black men cheering their sons on. Look at all the black men cheering other black boys in the neighborhood on who are not their sons. And then go into the schools on report card night. Go into the schools on back to school night. Go into the schools during suspension reinstatement meeting. Go into the school during the IEP meeting. Where are the black fathers? Black men, we are failing our boys. Black men, we are failing our boys. Black men, we are failing our boys because we are showing them that we only care about sports. We don't care about academics. We only care about sports. We don't care about academics. And don't let me talk about these Negro coaches out here. Oh yeah, I'm talking to you coaches. Don't let me get on these slave driving Negro coaches. You are the slave drivers for the athletic plantation of America. You black male coaches, you are the slave drivers for the athletic plantation in America. Slave drivers. You know you got boys on your team who failing and you still letting them play. You know you got boys on your team who barely go to school and you still letting them play. And you give Dr. Umar the excuse, well, Doc, if he makes it, he'll be a millionaire. Doc, if he makes it, he'll be a millionaire. Dr. Umar, if he makes it, he'll be a millionaire. I understand. I understand. I understand. But what about if he don't make it? Patah Negus, you a goddamn coon. Get off my live. Got an African name and you fighting back against black men being responsible, you damn coon. Get your ass off my live, you idiot. Black fathers, black coaches, how dare you? Black coaches, how dare you have a student on your team who's failing a class, especially the neighborhood leagues. In many of the school leagues, they can only fail 2 subjects, and they wouldn't be on my team if they failing 1 subject. In many school districts, they allowed to fail 2 subjects, but if they was on my team, they couldn't fail 1 subject. So at least in the school district, they have some control. At least in the school district, they have some control. But these neighborhood football leagues, these neighborhood basketball leagues, y'all don't care how many classes they fail. Y'all don't care when's the last time they went to school. Y'all don't care if the special ed team is failing them. Y'all don't care if the IEP is not appropriate. All you care is about wins and losses on the football field, basketball field. Let's call it what it is, plantation. 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 All y'all care about wins and losses on the plantation. The football plantation, the basketball plantation, because y'all get kickbacks, y'all get set-asides, and y'all get certain perks by helping the colleges and the junior colleges and the prep schools find the most talented athletes. Don't nobody care about whether or not they finish their work. Nobody cares about whether or not they're passing their classes. No one cares about that. We only care about wins and losses on a football field and basketball court. But what happens when they lose in life, Mr. Father and Mr. Coach? What happens when they lose in life? What happens when they don't make anything out of themselves because you let them believe that they were so great? You made them believe that they were so great athletic.